Hello and welcome to the channel to another video. Yeah, just been busy with stuff and yeah, that's why I've been missing. So anyway, I'm back and we're gonna just hit the ground running as always, just video after video, something that you guys might be interested in.
Good news!
And I hope you guys will love it because I certainly do love it. It seems like the Civic Type R, as well as the new SI that's going to be coming out for the 2022 model, will have manual. That is correct. So let's go ahead and cover this article real quick, and then I will end the video there because that would be the ending. Sure. Okay, so here we are at Motor One. As you can see, that beautiful limited edition Type R behind us that we cannot afford because the dealers are trying to fist you as much as they can with the price. Anyway, if you're a fan of the manual transmission, the upcoming 11th generation Honda Civic Si and the Type R has a treat for you. In a true Honda tradition, the high performance Civic offerings will remain manual transmission only. Good. Because I think that those are the only manual vehicles that Honda is going to be offering going forward. Honestly, there's only three manual vehicles that Honda is going to be offering. You have the SI and the Hatchback Sport. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing it on the Hatchback Touring, because on the Hatchback Touring for 2021 they actually have a manual transmission on there. So there's total of 4 manual transmissions, but for this 11th generation they took it out. They took the one that was in the sedan out. The Accord has been taken out a few years ago, so the only offering for your manual transmission for 10th gen was only the, I think they no, the 2020 version they did have it, the sedans, but 2021 they took that out, and in 2022 it's completely gone, even on the sport version of the vehicle. So you're only going to have it in your SI, hatchback, maybe hatchback touring, and the Type R. So those are going to be your only offerings for the new next gen, or should I say it's going to be the current gen once it comes out, right? Yes, I answered my own question. Yes. Anyway, in a live video overview, the upcoming 11th generation Civic, Honda public relations representative Carl Poli confirms that the 9 minute and 30-second mark that the manual transmission performance Civics are here to stay. When it comes to manual transmission versus high performance automatics, dual clutches, the online debates are endless. For some, there is no substitute for rowing your own gears, while others prefer the improved performance and predictability of an automatic transmission. There is, in my own opinion, there is room for both. There are some people that don't want to do the work themselves, so they let the car and the computer do everything for them. And then there's people that are, I want to say like boomers maybe, or whatever the hell they call them. There's millennials and then there's boomers. I'm kind of like in between. I grew up with manual transmission cars and driving manual cars, so, and I loved it. And for me, that's just the way it is. Like, there is no substitute. Like, I feel like when I'm driving an automatic car, I don't know what to do with my left leg. Like, it's consistently trying to push the clutch where there is no clutch. Like, I do that stuff in my freaking sleep. Like, when I drive manual, since I've been doing it for so long, it's just like second nature. It's like breathing. You just do it without even thinking about it. But yeah, that's just me. Not everybody can drive that. And another bonus to it is it's hard for your car to get stolen because some of these kids don't even know how to drive manual transmission vehicles. So you have a very high security system right there because you can't drive your shit. You can't take it. So there you go. There's the positive side to that. Regardless of the philosophical debates that rage online, it is important to remember why car manufacturers build vehicles in the first place: to make money. That is the reason why they build vehicles, to make money. Like all companies, your favorite automotive brand is simply building a product to generate revenue. Hey, I called it. Just kidding. Everybody knows that. To generate the maximum amount of revenue possible, companies build products with wide appeal and then they tweak them ever so slightly to capture unique market segments, which is true. Nobody wants to make a product that nobody's going to buy, because if nobody buys that product, guess what? They don't make money. And if they don't make money, they need to consolidate and or come up with a different product that people might want. So in America, I feel like we're all getting kind of lazy because we're given all these conveniences product that make our life easier, so we don't want to do the work. So it's happening to me too, not I'm not just talking for everybody. I'm talking more for me, because I do feel like these smart technology, they kind of make us dumb, like cell phones. Back then when I grew up, we didn't have cell phones. So you had to remember everybody's phone number, or at least people that you want to get in contact with. You had to remember those numbers or write it down on a piece of paper or whatever, you know. But now, you have your cell phone and it does pretty much everything for you. You don't have to remember anything. So let's just say somebody takes away your phone today. What are you going to do? How are you going to call anybody? But for me, I still remember a few numbers on my head. I think I remember like 2 numbers on my head. 2 phone numbers, which is important. You always want to know that. And then obviously, like my driver's license, I remember that. My social security number, I remember that. So those are the most important numbers that you should recognize. I don't even know like where this video is fucking going. You know what? Let's go. Let's bring it back. We got like sidetracked for some reason. We got sidetracked. It's turning into a whole nother video. So anyway, back to manual transmission cars. Yes, companies build them to generate revenues, and when people, and the revenue is mostly on automatic vehicles, because those sell so much more than the manual counterpart. So therefore, the companies want to make more automatic vehicles because that's what people want. People don't want to do the work; they just want to put it in drive and go, and makes it as simple as possible for everybody. So I understand that, but there's still a very small percentage of people that still prefer to drive manual, like myself, and our group's getting smaller, but it's nice to know that the companies, or should I say the automotive companies, hasn't abandoned the very small group of people that are still prefers to drive those manual vehicles. And as long as they're priced reasonably, unlike the Type R, which is a little bit overpriced, but it is what it is. What's interesting about the Hot Civics compared to other competitors is the lack of an automatic transmission option. No, that car should never have an automatic transmission option, and I hope Honda never puts it in there. But who knows, man? I grew up with these vehicles being manual transmission, so seeing if it ever happens, seeing it in automatic, that would be just a very hard pill to swallow in the Honda community. But that's just my opinion. You don't have to like it, but I'm allowed to have my own. Leave yours in the comments below. What's interesting about compared to the competitors' lack of automatic transmission option, if Honda wanted to sell more Civic SIs and Type Rs, they would need to include an automatic transmission option for those who aren't too keen on learning manuals. Now, the other competitor that actually still make manuals, which is Subaru. Subaru still makes manual transmission sports cars, as well as Toyota with the BRZ, even though it is a Subaru. What is it? No, Toyota FRS. I apologize. The Toyota FRS, that one is still being sold with the manual transmission, and I think they just added the automatic transmission, which is kind of weird to see as sports cars. As long as in my opinion, as long as the horsepower does not exceed over 500 and plus, then manual transmission is still a good option. As long as it's under 400, for me, that's going to be the sweet spot. Like 400 and under, it can be a manual transmission. They should have an option to have a manual transmission. But once you get up on top of that, like, you know, 500 horsepower and more, then you do want the dual clutch or whatever system that they want to implement, because that is so much faster. You can't really beat that. You can't beat a computer comparing to putting those gears in yourself. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this. It's a long video. Sorry. It's going everywhere. We're touching in on a lot of memories. Hmm. There is no clear answer to why Honda has opted to keep the SI and the Type R manual only, but I highly doubt it all comes down to tradition. The cost of developing a new transmission in high performance application for low volume models doesn't make strong business sense for Honda, especially considering that most of their other vehicles utilize CVT. Ugh, I hate CVTs, but they work, I guess. Honda makes some of the best manual transmissions in the business, and for now, they're more than enough for the Civic Si. My problem with the Type R is, well, from my generation, for I don't want to say generation, but like I got mine in 2018, and it was supposed to be, like they make it early, so it was a 2017 model, but it was released in 2018. And then what I have issues with is shifting. I think there is something wrong with the transmission. I don't know if that has been addressed in the other version of the Type R, the 19 and the 20 and the 2021. But when I shift into, like, when I'm revving and just really going in, and you shift it from first gear to second gear, you feel like it's not smooth. And then when you're going from like second to third gear, it's not very smooth. But with my Civic hatchback, I don't have that same problem. Like, it's just smooth all the way through. Like, even when I'm punching it, smooth, no problem at all. So I don't know why the hatchback transmission is so much better than the Type R's transmission, but I don't know. I don't know if it's fixed, to be completely honest with you guys, but it was just one of those issues that I've had with my Type R, and there was a bunch of people that had the same issues too when the Type R first came out. Flying Gato has had that same problem, and he had his fluids change for the transmission flush, and still had the problem. So I don't know if it was ever fixed or solved or whatever. We'll see an automatic transmission setup for future high performance Civics. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. So there you go. We got a little bit, off track a little bit, and then we pull that train back into the track, and now we're heading straight for the end of this video. As always, thank you guys for the support and watching all the videos and input in your comments, and I try to get to as many as I can. And yeah, pretty much all my videos are they're unscripted. I just kind of like go with the flow, and whatever happens, because then you get a better product. I don't know. Should I do a scripted video? Let me know in the comments. Should I do a scripted video where everything I said is already predetermined and the jokes would be original and funny? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe tacky. I don't know. Leave your comments below. Have a good one.
I'm out of here.